Welcome to the John W. Danforth Shop Driver Orientation Additional Training. During this training, we will cover topics specific to the operation and safe driving of our larger pickup, box, and stake trucks. This safety presentation is designed to make sure that all Danforth employees whose duties include driving company vehicles are aware of all policies and procedures required by Danforth to ensure their own personal safety, the safety of their co-workers, as well as the integrity of the vehicles and equipment used. Trucks. Differences. Fleet truck operation has some obvious differences from driving a typical passenger car. First, the overall size of the vehicle can lead to complications with overhead clearance, turn radius, and changing lanes. Second, the weight of the truck will require additional distance braking, restriction from certain areas or roadways, and in the event of an accident, larger trucks can cause more damage. Third, sight lines are different from a typical passenger car. Some vehicles do not have a rear view mirror, and you must rely on side mirrors being positioned to see out of both sides of the cab for oncoming or passing traffic. Danforth utilizes two types of vehicles in its shop's fleet. The first are standard pickup trucks and vans. The second class, commercial vehicles, includes all vehicles over 10,000 pounds. This includes stake trucks, box trucks, and cube vans. Commercial vehicles require a driver with a DOT physical and are subject to DOT inspections. We will cover each later in this presentation. The first topic we'd like to cover is the loading of trucks. Make sure the truck is applicable for the load to be taken. Make sure the size of the truck and dimensions of the truck are compatible with the equipment, tools, and materials that need to be transported. Next, we want to make sure to plan the load according to delivery order. There's no sense putting the last stop on last, constantly having to maneuver and reload materials. Place heavier items on the bottom, lighter on top. We also want to avoid unnecessary space between objects. Any additional space between objects can lead to items shifting during transport, causing straps to become loose or even fall off, and then allowing objects to either damage one another, the truck, or other vehicles on the road. The number of straps and distribution across the load is dependent upon not only the size of the load, but also the weight. The minimum requirements for tying down an item are as follows. One tie-down strap is required for items 5 feet or less and less than 1,100 pounds. 2 tie-downs are required for an item that is 5 feet or less and more than 1,100 pounds. 2 tie-downs or more are required for items longer than 5 feet regardless of weight, and at least 2 tie-downs or 1 for every 10 linear feet for anything greater than 10 feet. Notice, as a company, we do not regularly load and transport flammable gases and barrels of glycol. In some special circumstances, we will transport small quantities. Please speak to your supervisor if you are asked to pick up and transport either. Inspect the straps. Before each use, we should be inspecting the straps used to secure our equipment and materials. Straps should have a label that is clear and legible, showing the rated capacity for the strap, the manufacturer, and the date of manufacture. Always check the nylon webbing for any cuts, punctures, fraying, burns, or other defects that are visible to the eye. Check the hardware and connectors to make sure there are no cracks or cuts, and that any snap hooks have full operation and close completely. Truck inspection. A truck inspection will be completed before each and every trip away from any Danforth facility. The truck inspection should include a visual walk-around, checking for any air leaks, flat tires, uneven tire wear, body damage and wear, or other visible damage. Please make a note of any damage, no matter how small, so we can manage taking care of it. The inspection should also include a test of the controls to make sure that all lights, the horn, turn signals, and any other emergency controls are in operation. The inspection should continue with an in-cab safety inspection to verify that fire extinguisher, road flares, reflective triangles are available. Check in the glove box for the correct paperwork, including registration, insurance card, and blank accident report form. Finally, in the event of inclement weather, check for appropriate weather-related equipment, including shovel, snow brush, or any other tools. Remember, any unusual sounds or physical changes in the vehicle during your trip need to be reported back to your supervisor. Not reporting could lead to the next operator breaking down on their next trip. Truck Inspection Issue Resolution. It is important to note that any issues found with the truck during truck inspection should be addressed before leaving the shop. Contact your office fleet manager, supervisor, or safety representative and let them know what the problem is. General driving rules. Here are some general driving rules to remember. There is never any smoking in vehicles. Think of the truck as an office public building. Smoking is prohibited there as it is in the vehicle. Use your seatbelt. Seatbelt use is required at all times when operating a Danforth vehicle. Seatbelt use will be monitored and non-compliance will result in disciplinary action. No cell phone use unless an appropriate hands-free device is being used. This includes texting, searching for music, and any other operation that would distract you from driving. Use the radio at a respectable volume. Clean up any trash that's left after your trip from the cab. The person who uses the vehicle next should not be required to sit in a dirty cab. Driving with a loaded truck. When driving with a loaded truck, here are some items that we need to keep in mind. Knowing your route will decrease the potential of one getting lost or running into situations where we have a truck on the road where it does not belong, or traveling under bridges without enough clearance. Ask your supervisor about planned routes and possible alternatives. Check the weather before you leave. Has there been snow or rain or other weather-related item that may preclude you from getting to your destination? If you're unsure of the road conditions, please see your supervisor for road conditions and status before leaving the shop. Drive smoothly and efficiently. Our goal is to get the truck to its destination without damaging the contents, truck, driver, or any other vehicle on the road. There is no need to drive over the speed limit, cut in and out of traffic lanes, or any other aggressive action. Leave extra distance. As we've explained prior, these trucks are larger and heavier and require additional distance to come to a complete stop. There's no reason to tailgate other vehicles on the road in any circumstance. Use your turn signals. Using your turn signals to signify lane changes and turns is required. Check your mirrors before you go, after any stop that you make, and before accessing and leaving loading docks. Make sure that they've not moved during travel and that they continue to show both sides of the vehicle. Making a pickup or delivery. Recheck truck loads after deliveries or long stops. After stops or maneuvering materials around, straps can become dislodged or loose, causing items to move during travel. Verify height on overhead doors and wait for them to completely open. There's no need to pull away from an overhead door before it completely opens. If there are tall materials in the back of the truck, wait additional time before pulling out with the vehicle. A good rule of thumb is to stand outside the truck until the door has completely opened and verify visually that the truck will fit through the overhead door. When maneuvering into a loading dock area, if the space is tight, if there are blind spots or any other obstructions, have someone assist in spotting the truck into the dock. You can ask someone from the facility, another Danforth employee, or bring along an additional shop employee to assist with parking in the dock. DOT physicals. When it comes to driving trucks, specifically commercial vehicles greater than 10,000 pounds, all drivers are required to have a DOT physical. A DOT physical will cover cardiovascular health, blood sugar levels, and visual acuity. Upon completion of the exam, a DOT physical card will be provided to the driver. This card must be kept on the driver at all times during travel in a commercial vehicle. When your supervisor feels you are ready to operate a larger truck, they'll coordinate with the safety department and schedule your DOT physical. DOT truck inspection stops. The New York State Department of Transportation is the Motor Carrier Safety Assistance Program lead agency. The New York State Police is the primary participating police agency. A number of local police agencies also participate on a periodic basis. On occasion, you may be required to stop at a DOT truck inspection. Please be aware of the flashing yellow lights on the yellow sign indicating a required traffic stop. Any vehicle greater than 10,000 pounds will be required to stop. There are 6 levels of DOT truck inspections. The DOT officers will identify themselves and tell you what level traffic stop it is. Level 1, North American Standard Inspection. This is the most thorough of inspections and includes reviews of all records, a driver alcohol and drug test, and an in-depth inspection of the vehicle. Level 2, Walk-around driver and vehicle. This is similar to the Level 1, except the inspector will only inspect from a visual standpoint. Level 3 is a driver-only inspection. This includes a review of only the driver's credentials and paperwork. Level 4, Special Inspection. Level 5, Vehicle-only inspection. Level 6, Enhanced NAS inspection for radioactive shipments. Make sure DOT driver physical card, registration, and insurance cards are readily available. Following the rules and procedures as described in this presentation will increase employee safety and decrease incidents. Please feel free to ask any questions you might about this presentation. At Danforth, the safety of our employees is one of our core business principles. Also, please remember that each time you step into a John W. Danforth truck, you are a moving billboard, and each and every person on the road is a potential customer. Please show them courtesy, respect, and drive defensively. Your safety and the safety of the motorists sharing the road is of the utmost importance to Danforth. Thank you for your participation.